Cardano has become impressively boring, at least from a price perspective. COTI getting ready tomorrow for Mainnet 2.0 launch. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. It means a lot to me. There it is. Cardano on the weekly, trickling sideways. Negativity coming out like crazy against Cardano. I tweeted just a little bit ago, Cardano is really boring right now. But that doesn't mean it's not one of the best opportunities in crypto. I maintain that. I've been just long on Cardano for a while. A lot of people call this channel Cardano Capital Venture. That's fine. That's not what it is, but that's fine. Cardano is a huge part of my crypto play. And I'm going to continue tracking it, building on it, building alongside of all of you out there. Let's talk about it though. Let's discuss this. By the way, this is not financial advice, everybody. I know I repeat myself in that regard, but it's not. This is my journey. This is the data. I get some comments. People seem frustrated with me that it's sideways, like it's my fault. It's not my fault that Cardano is sideways. So beyond not financial advice, I want to say this. Patience, this is what I've learned in crypto, is literally it's the foundation to any shot at success. It's patience. So as I do these videos, and not only is it my crypto journey, I like to think of it as like, it really helps me be patient, kind of in this alongside of all of you Cardano holders, ADA holders out there. And I get that same vibe on Twitter too. And I think everybody does. That's just genuinely just positively holding ADA. So let's jump into it though. This is the weekly chart. It's sideways. It's frustrating. It's boring. It is what it is. This is crypto. Been here before, not even just with Cardano, been here before with Bitcoin and other coins. But from a charting perspective, the biggest thing to note is the 20-week moving average now. 6 days, 4 hours left before this weekly candle closes. My biggest curiosity is, where will Cardano close on this chart? It is very close to that area. So it's anybody's guess, but we start zooming in, we start getting maybe some hints of the road barriers in the way, or what could happen, what to be prepared for. This is Cardano on the daily chart. Now, the biggest thing on the daily chart is something that we've take note of, which is this. We have a very similar move with the 20-day moving average crossing below the blue line, the 50-day moving average. A similar move that took place back here in June, 20-day moving average crossing below the 50-day. We even measured it from that all-time high right there to this touch to the 200-day down here, this red line, right around 65 days. And if you look at Cardano from its recent all-time high to where it is right now, we're looking at around 60 days consolidating just above the 200-day moving average. Really interesting data, comforting data, I would say, and data worth continuing to monitor. Are we going to get a quick dip below the 200-day moving average? Similar? I mean, could it play out that similar to back here? The quick dip below and then boom, off to the races? It potentially could. And I want to just zoom in now and talk about why that's the case and what to watch for. Here's the 6-hour chart. Okay. Symmetrical triangle in white. Shorter term. We got the breakout already. 73% of the way to the apex. When we're looking at Bolkowski and his data, he calls for 74% of the way of the triangle apex and bull market results for symmetrical triangle. So we were like right there in terms of that happening, right at 73% breakout to the downside. In regards to the move itself, we know what it did, right around $1.80. Remember, though, the target of the symmetrical triangle was right around $1.70. So the question on my mind on the short term is there room? This is probably the biggest thing for this Cardano technical analysis. Is it one of those things where we get the breakout out of the formation, that symmetrical triangle, we go sideways, and then boom, we continue to the target, $1.70 target? Is that, we see it all the time in crypto, upside to the downside, just kind of a move sideways and then continuation. Could have been a move sideways, continuation. So that's what I'm watching for, potentially $1.70 in play. And if that happened, is there a case that if we hit that target, we get the bounce back into the descending triangle, the larger triangle apex? Because that would be in play as well. That would be a pullback into the larger triangle, meaning we break that triangle, the lower trend line, right around the $1.90 to $2 area. We break below, pull back into it, a busted triangle for a busted bullish triangle, descending triangle. So very speculative to say the least, but something to anticipate at least the downside. Let's talk about the upside though. Let's flip the switch a little bit. I know a lot of you are like, come on, Cardano, just move, break out. What does that look like? The biggest thing for me is right where Cardano is, it is consolidating around the descending triangle, lower trend line. That's number one. But we want to see the separation from that area. We want to see a move to the upside. And just this last little swing high consolidation before that big drop. I'm taking a Fibonacci and I'm looking for just a potential lower high resistance. And that is around 205 to around 211. Can Cardano make a move to that area? That's the biggest question on my mind for any move to the upside. And biggest, can it break above that area? Right at this 786, the 211 area is very confluent with the upper trend line of the descending triangle. So it's a big resistance area, but that's the turnaround confirmation for Cardano that I'm waiting for. Right now, it's just much of the same, the sideways trading. We need a move like that to happen to even start confirming the bulls and evaluating, hey, is there momentum to the upside? Finally, that's the move I'd be waiting for. We know what the downside target looks like, that next leg potentially to a $1.70 target, the symmetrical triangle target. And be careful, everybody. If crypto just dips, if Bitcoin gets ugly, that could be the start of a move for Cardano to hit its $1.30 to $1.40 descending triangle target. Want to just say this to end the Cardano technical analysis. That's opportunity. For me, my years and years covering technical analysis for crypto on YouTube, you can go back. The dips are the opportunity. It's also where the hate will come. And as the YouTube channel has grown, Twitter has grown, I've definitely seen that in these dips. It's where the hate will come. It's where the negativity will come. It's where, and you already see it for Cardano on the weekly. All this red, the downside, if we have altcoins putting in all-time highs, there's so much negativity. Everybody's saying Cardano is done. That is the indicator. It is the most bullish indicator. It is the light bulb should be going off now for, I would say, I think it's for the wise investor. The light bulbs start going off when that fear is there, that negativity is there. No guarantees ever, but that's just my experience in crypto. So let's see what Cardano does. That's what we're watching. COTI, let's pivot. COTI's Mainnet 2.0 will go live on November 2nd, 2021. This is a tweet from COTI, October 28th, but it's November 1st right now. This is tomorrow, Mainnet 2.0, getting ready to do its thing. I want to talk about something though. It's one of 5 things mentioned in a Medium article from COTI. COTI's next milestones, 1 of 5. So there's Mainnet 2.0 right there, 2.0 launch, but ADA Pay, new version of ADA Pay. The milestone has been achieved. They shared last week. ADA Pay's, well, this was 6 days ago, but you get the point. ADA Pay's new version brings new features, improved scalability functions. Mainnet 2.0, JED launch. You kidding me? The JED announcement that came out. First enterprise stablecoin launch, stablecoin factory. Treasury V1 in play. The Treasury is one of main pillars of COTI's plan for the next couple of years. So there's all of this stuff in the general growth of COTI and the ecosystem of COTI happening. Mainnet 2.0, you're going to see a lot of it tomorrow. Maybe even right now today, you see a lot of it, but it's just one facet of what COTI is doing. And it's a really cool crypto. It really is, with a very, very cool team behind it. What makes it extremely interesting is, and I actually don't have it up on coinmarketcap.com, but what is it? It's like, if we're gonna search it real quick so we can get a sense of what it's at. It's COTI's 140. So let's just real quick, zoomed out chart. This is a daily chart. COTI's sitting at number 140 on market cap. It's like the top 40 to 50, right? The top 40 to 50 would, and by the way, market cap being $541 million. I believe if it did a 10x, right? If it did a 10x, that would bring COTI to, I believe it's like right around a top 40 cryptocurrency. And just in my general, and I like to oversimplify things. Like, I don't like to get too much into, let's look at the technical analysis for all time. Like, let's just keep it simple. What's possible in a realistic, simplified way. A 10x COTI sitting with what they're doing with Cardano blockchain, a top cryptocurrency. COTI sitting in the top 40 is just so achievable, in my opinion, if not more. But the conservative range for me is like, hey, it could 10x, right? So like COTI realistically could be a top 40 sitting at like $6 plus, really, based on that data alone. And that alone, for my mindset, is enough, right? Cardano is just a huge part of my play. And so when I'm really watching it every day, zoomed in, I can really get into that 6 hour. Most important is the weekly, is the zoomed out, is the long-term trend, the trajectory, the story, because I'm long on Cardano as well. But I think it's so much more important to, when we're looking at something like COTI, to really see the long-term possibilities, because that growth potential, it's just very simply there, right? And if we complicate it, we overthink it, it's like it just messes. For me, it messes with my mindset. So 10x simple. I think conservative, possible, easy, not guaranteed. Everybody, it's really not. There's so many coins out there that can 10x right now. But for me, COTI's a really cool project with a cool team building alongside Cardano. And from a charting perspective, I want to throw this out there. A lot of people probably aren't going to like this at all, because we all want to talk about the upside, the potential all-time highs, the next all-time high, COTI breaking $1. Trust me, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm anticipating it. It can happen, but there's a flip side to being ready. It's always being ready for both things to happen. So yeah, there's the bullish scenario, but what about like a midterm bearish scenario? What if something crazy happens? What if cryptos tank? It always comes out of nowhere. Everybody's always is so hype. We're riding all-time highs, and then all of a sudden, within 2 weeks, we're seeing a 40% dip, and everybody's like, wow, it just blindsides everybody. Those things happen. They're going to probably continue to happen. Those are the events that I like to be prepared for as well. It's always in the back of my mind in crypto. It's always really, I should say, it's at the forefront of my mind. I'm always thinking about dips. I really am. As much as I enjoy the gains and I want to see upside, I want to see COTI just continue breaking all-time high. We just have to be mindful of possibilities. So if I'm looking at COTI chart, yes, we know the upside potential. But when we're looking at, this potential move that it's in right now, the potential double top, right? It's just there. It's right there. We had a consolidation back in April to a kind of a swing high. It was definitely more of a lower high then, but it was kind of a double top in May. And then bam, Cardano just got thrown down. And look at that dip. Came out of nowhere from that swing high to that swing low, 80% dip. Have we forgotten about that? That just ended in July. It's only November. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but another higher low on the zoomed out chart. Be ready for it. What that looks like from my view is that swing low to now this new swing high, just a continued uptrend, higher low, 30 cent, 20 cent potentially. Doesn't have to go that low. There's shorter term higher low areas as well that we could anticipate for a continuation, especially being we're in a bull market, right? So that could be easier in a 6 hour, but we can do it on the daily real quick to give you a sense. That little consolidation here to the swing high here, there could be kind of this area of continued consolidation, 40 cents down to 35 cents before just continuation in the bull market, right? New all-time highs, COTI breaking $1. But the extreme of it is, yeah, look at this. COTI could hit a 50% to the downside to the 618 higher low 30 cents. It could hit 65% downtrend, right? It could happen. When COTI was here, back here, at this swing high in May, if I would have said something similar, COTI could do an 80% dip, or right around an 80% dip. I'm sure there would be people that say, that's never going to happen, Dan. But look how easy it can happen. That's all I'm saying, is be prepared for something. Not trying to bring in any type of bearishness, but on all of these charts, we talk about downside. We want to be prepared for it. It is where opportunity is, everybody. It's where, especially if you have the patience to be long in crypto, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. That's where success is found, in those dips. So we always just want to be ready for them, even if they don't happen. There have been many times where I've just been like out with my friend. We're always talking crypto, and it's like, I'm always like, dude, we got to be ready for this. I mean, got to be ready for this dip. How often have we talked about these dips that just don't happen, but we were ready. We were mentally prepared, and that's all that matters. So throwing that out there. But again, for COTI, I didn't really want to chart what I wanted to do. I wanted to go over what it's doing, their milestones, what they're building. Look at this. Really cool stuff happening with COTI right now. We're going to continue to track it, everybody. Appreciate you cruising by, everybody. If you're not staking your Cardano, stake your Cardano. Leverage that ADA of yours. Take part in the consensus algorithm. Crypto Capital Venture, we've got our stake pools. We're going to be announcing some really cool stuff in regards to the stake pools. Right now, what do we have? I think around 100 million, right around 100 million Cardano in our stake pools, delegated. Just awesome uptime. We have a DevOps team behind us, and we're going to grow these things. We're doing really good things. Going to make an announcement very soon. Follow me on Twitter if you're not on Twitter. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. I hope you have a great day out there. Let me know your thoughts about Cardano and COTI, the state of the markets right now. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great night. God bless.